Cue music. Play music. And hello, everyone. I'm Dan Lutz, and I'm here with,
Tank?
and we're here on the front lines, and we're our battles against the cabal, the deep state, and the Luma donkeys, and all those that wish to enslave all of humanity for their own selfish reasons. How's it going, Tank?
It's going great. It's going great. Feel very confident that things are falling into place. It's been an absolute nightmare. Or not nightmare, but just a crazy circus going on. What do you see, man? You were breaking down some stuff for me today. I thought it was pretty exciting about what's
Well,
going on.
yeah, it's about the actual strategy that the Democrats are using in this impeachment inquiry and what it really means, and it's not good. It's really a coup. It is not an impeachment, and the reason I say that is because the entire process that they're going through is a strategy that was created by a company called Lawfare. Like warfare, it's using the law to go to war. And so this Lawfare have put this strategy together to completely eliminate the Republican side from having any say in this impeachment. And they're using sleight of hand to accomplish it. It's not a just one step and they're in impeachment and let's have a vote. No, they're not going to do it. They're instead going to bypass that whole process of doing the investigation for impeachment, the impeachment investigation, and stick with this inquiry, which doesn't have anything to do with anything. What did you call it, Tank? You said it's Adam Schiff's secret.
Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets. Yeah. So whatever's coming out of the Chamber of Secrets from the bowels of Adam Schiff's skiff, that he has created this scenario where the Republicans can't call witnesses, they can't rebut, they can't. Now Adam Schiff is even instructing the witnesses that are coming and saying for them not to answer the questions of the Republicans. That's the latest, right? He's even telling the witness, you can't even answer the Republicans' questions that are there, right? Because the Republicans have been just tearing apart their witnesses, right? So
tearing them apart, yeah.
And now the Republicans are not able to even ask questions anymore. So what is the steps that they're doing to basically completely, through going into a legal impeachment, right, is through this strategy of lawfare. So it involves, the first step was not this inquiry. The first step was Nancy Pelosi, some month ago, put out this resolution to support the impeachment inquiry, right? That was a step. This next resolution she's calling for right now is not a vote of impeachment. And she's been making a point to say this is not an impeachment investigation. She's said this. So what is it, right? What is it they're doing? So they're creating this report, right, that's supposed to have the teeth, right, to make it say whatever they want it to say, and to bring out this information. And this resolution that they want to have voting on is going to affirm her original resolution. And then she's going to merge the judicial committee that they were having the hearings under, right? And then they moved everything under Adam Schiff. She's going to merge that with the Intel committee, right? And then create a color of law in that process to say, now we've got a report, it's now valid, right? And now it's under the judicial, right? And now come out and say, now we have actual legal authority to give real subpoenas and real other things. And they're still, because it hasn't been an impeachment investigation that they're voting on, it's this inquiry, they're still going to keep the Republicans cut out of it. So they're going to proceed with a real going through an impeachment without having a vote. This is a coup. It's not anything to do with an impeachment. It's a coup. And everyone that's basically is going along with it, it's under this illusion of impeachment, of constitutional authority. But that's what they've done. It's this nuanced, over here and over here approach to get it to where it looks like it's an impeachment, but it's not. All created by the strategy of lawfare.
Right, because you're trying to hurt the election, which that makes sense.
Well, I think more than that, I think they want to basically remove him from office. I think that they're going to,
I think part of the reason is Hillary Clinton came out and she said that she thinks she was born, that God put her here to be president, right? Now, by God, she means Satan.
I was going to ask which God you were referring to, but yeah, I already knew the answer.
Yeah, without question. And then what I think is interesting is that I've got some reports that the reliable reports that some of the information they were talking about that was discovered in al-Baghdadi's area, right? When they found him, were communications from the State Department in 2010 and 2011. And who was over the State Department then? I think it was Hillary Clinton, right? So I would imagine they've got her right now communicating with the head of ISIS.
I would say so. I would say so. Yes, I actually think that they have her in communication with the head of ISIS, old Big Daddy there, old Baghdadi is
Big Daddy, Baghdadi,
ISIS
yeah.
Big Daddy. That he actually was given up by Nancy Pelosi contacting him. I think that they actually discovered where he was because Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff went to Jordan to talk to the king. But while they were there, they communicated with al-Baghdadi, and that's how they found out where he was. I think that that's what we're going to find out, that occurred. I think that evidence is going to also be in what they picked up in the 2 hours they were there, at that compound. So it'll be interesting to see. What is what comes out this week, because if they're going to try now, I think this next step is not about taking this to the Senate. I think that the House this is the reason why they've been pushing this out there, that Nancy Pelosi is next in line to be the president, right? The third in line. That they're going to take out the whole cabinet of Trump, and they're going to use this impeachment. So, okay, we voted for impeachment regardless of the Senate. Ignore the Senate. And they're going to try and do a coup. I think that's what they're running to do. I think that they're desperate. I think they have no other thing nothing else that they can do, right? Because they know they're going to lose the election. And it doesn't help them to keep moving down this line, because they've hit an end of the line. They can't come up with another impeachment item, right? There's not enough time, and they're not going to make it through the Senate. So they're desperate to stay in power, and they know they're going to lose. So they have only this next couple of weeks, right? Because if this information from al-Baghdadi comes back and shows that Nancy Pelosi communicated with him, right, this is okay, she's gone. So they have no more. They have no more time. So I think that's what the rush is. I'm just putting pieces together. I might be completely off, and that's fine. But I'm thinking that they have to move, and so that's why everything is like happening now. We're Red October, right? It'll be fun.
Sure.
Fun if it all happens on Halloween. I saw Trump and Melania passing out Halloween candy at the White House yesterday on the video on live feed. So that was
very cute. Yeah, I saw that too.
It's cute. Yeah, I said, the kids' costumes today are much more let's just say, commercialized is one way of putting it, but also more, varied, right? There was, muscles for kids on like the kid that was dressed up like Batman, right? So he like muscular, right? This little kid, right? So the suits and everything. But it was cute. But I think something may happen, on Halloween. I think that we may see some things literally, because that would be in their face, right? To do it on their sacred holiday, and that's what makes sense. So they're rushing to do it by Thursday, right? It will be the 31st, and that's when Nancy Pelosi wants to have the vote. It's Thursday. So I'm wondering if she's going to be able to have the vote. So the other thing that's going on in the background of this is, because they know what's going on, Barr is already submitting a kind of a way to stop this from moving forward, some kind of injunction or something like that. And then if they get denied, they're going to ask for an emergency stay, and then that'll take it to the Supreme Court for a decision to prevent this bypassing of the due process from happening. Right, so the judicial
Sure.
is stepping in right now, and so this is to be played out in the next couple of days, the way it looks like to me.
I think it's pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly just a cluster of useless going on, right? I mean, you're basically watching this incredible, like, if you ever had suspicion that the government was corrupt and you like mocked conspiracy theorists, you're like, anybody looking at this, even halfway, is like, wait a minute. What's going on exactly? They're basically just doing whatever the hell they want right now. Ignoring, like they're trying to cut out Republicans from an impeachment. What?
Yeah,
it's really incredible. The whole process is really mind blowing, to me.
It is. I mean, it's so over the top. This what they've been doing but it's because of their desperation. I mean, they are literally doing something because there's nothing left for them to do. They know that they're dead. Literally, they will die.
They will die.
Literally,
Yes.
They will die. They will cease functioning as clone units or as real beings.
Right. Yeah, it's I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I always kind of felt like our politicians are really, they leave something to be desired. But now I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. I mean, like other countries are looking at us like we should attack. We should attack now. like they're a train wreck.
Yeah, I agree. It looks to me like that, but I think the other countries kind of get it, right? I think they kind of know that there is something that's been working in the background, and they're siding with Trump, right? They don't want to be under the thumb of this cabal either.
Right.
And there's no other path out. And so they're all going to side with Trump. And they're going to say, go. They're going to cheer him on. Right? And everyone's going to be happy about it. Right? So this is really the end of the old guard. This is their destruction. We're watching it. We're reporting on it.
Well, I'm loving it. As always, I really look forward to when, which I think is right now, to be honest, is that, but I felt that way for like 4 weeks, so, keep that in mind. I know we're not far off,
Right.
Something has to give in favor of the people. Just, it's inevitable, right? So, why not now? Why not now? I'm watching energy move all over the place with all types of things. And I feel great about it, I'm very encouraged by everything going on. Watching things, I'm looking very carefully and, realizing just how awful the plan was, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just how awful, right? It's like one of those things like where, I was talking to a lawyer today down in Florida who's coming on board with us, right, to help us with this whole vaccine fight. And as I started talking to her, inevitably, I kind of have to do a test to see if people are going to be able to handle working with us, right? So I start melting her mind with all this stuff, and she goes, this sounds like a movie. I'm like, yeah. I mean, basically everything you've ever seen in movies is all true. Some version of it. So, and that's the world we live in.
And that's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
Well, we're at a point where we can see that the timing is everything, right? And their symbolism that has driven them to do everything in their life. They're also subjected to it. They're under the thumb of their own symbolism. And for something to come down on top of them on October 31st would mean, it literally means so much more to them that it happened to them on that date And I think that's why I think October 31st is going to be a very powerful day. So whatever is going to be happening.
And I'm sure that October 31st actually has a grander symbolic meaning that isn't anything they've made it out to be. Because everything they do, they take things that are good,
yes,
right, and pure and beautiful, and they make it something evil and wicked and awful, right?
Right.
And it's really just the energy at that time is whatever it is, And so I have to believe that, we're right on the cusp of that, kind of saying, okay, look, we're about to transmute everything, and I'm like this, let's take all the symbolism back, like a pyramid shouldn't be a symbol of evil that we all cower when we see, right? I put out in one of our logos, I have I have a shadow of a buck in the background, like a deer, and somebody was like, well, that's pretty, somebody popped in and they're like, there's that Illuminati symbolism, that makes you question Tank, and I'm like, are you serious? That's God's symbol, you loser.
Yeah.
I
know, I get it. So what is a pyramid shape? All right. Why is there power there? It has nothing to do with good or evil. It has everything to do with physics. Right? It's
right.
Well, we could call it metaphysics, right? Torsion field physics. But it has to do with the shape of things react to energy. And so when energy hits something, it actually it has an effect depending on its shape. That particular shape, with this very big base, gathers energy and directs it at the top. Now, is it literally an elevator to the Orion's belt, and you could, beam yourself up? I don't know. Is it, part of the torsion field of the planet, of the magnetic, donut that we're in? Does it affect that in a way that supports the energy transmission around the world to create energy highways for, anti-gravity aircraft to follow those guidelines along the path? Maybe. But it has nothing to do with being evil. But if you put 3 evil people in the eye at the top of the pyramid, they're going to be doing evil things.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And if you put, one good woman in the eye of the pyramid that's doing good things, it's going to be doing good things.
Right. Everything changes.
Everything changes. So, this actually has come up for me. I'm actually now dealing with developing of logos for this new venture, I literally had the position of, well, I could put this in. It's a pyramid shape, and I go, oh, now people are going to now say I'm part of the Illuminati. Just like when I was in Sri Lanka 4 years ago, right? And I was wearing a dragon shirt, right? And I have it up on my Facebook. I looked at my Facebook. They brought this image up from 4 years ago. Hey, remember when 4 years ago you were in Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah.
Right? But I'm wearing this dragon shirt. And I reshared it with my timeline. I think I did. I was going to do that. And I was thinking, see, now everyone's going to say, I'm part of the dragon families because I'm wearing a shirt with a dragon on it. No, it's just I happen to like dragons. My birth sign is dragon. I have a lot of good feelings about dragons.
I'm gonna make a logo like a dragon standing on top of a deer, coming out of a pyramid, and just be like, we're taking all the symbolism back, right? All these things now mean good things, right? These are all God symbols. The devil doesn't get to take them from us. Now he can't use them,
Well, you know what? If it makes sense, I'm going to use a triangular shape for one of the things in there that I was going to be dealing with. Right. So I'll use it. So, and I'll say, okay, forget the other. I'm also, I'm not going to talk about the other parts of it yet.
Well, because you're my friend, I am going to write the story about how you're cabal after you do that. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That way, nobody else is out there talking smack about you. I'll put it out right away. That way, it's like, hey.
Yeah. Well, it's either you or Thomas. One of the two have to do it.
Right. And then, I'll reference myself on another page and be like, the Steep Project said this. Just like the mainstream media. It'll be glorious.
Well, you're just practicing. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So, good times.
Yeah. Well, what else is on the agenda for today?
Wow. Well, let's see. I think, that was my favorite piece of information, actually, that Hillary Clinton's, the State Department was communicating with al-Baghdadi. I thought that was huge. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at many things that are going on with all this ruckus. It looks like, Matt Gaetz is going to call Schiff as a fact witness, right? Because he's the only one who's talked to the 435 people in Congress. No one has even spoken to the whistleblower except for Adam Schiff. Because as you know, Adam Schiff is known as the Vault in the circles, right? Because he knows how to keep secrets. So while Adam Schiff is quietly posting advertisements on Craigslist to find actors to play the part of a whistleblower, they had this other guy come out from Ukraine, came out, some military guy who was supposed to, allegedly he was a witness against Trump, right? They're supposed to be like their big key witness. Then he comes out and he leaked the video, so his testimony isn't even usable, right? And what he was saying was nothing. I mean, look, you can't blow the whistle, right? Like, what are you going to say? Like, Trump immediately released the transcript. You're going to say that his tonal articulation implied that he was winking? Like, what are you going to say? It's like, stop already. All this stuff, just crazy.
Yeah, well, they don't have anything. That's the point. They thought this was their master plan, but it looks like Trump is just much better at playing them than they are playing him. I think that Trump knew that he had a spy. I think that they pumped the whistleblower, quote unquote whistleblower, up with the information that, hey, there was quid pro on this call, right? And they just primed him and then let him go running. They were waiting for something like that, right? And so and they never thought that. And then they put it in, and then Trump put it into the secret vault to make it look suspicious, right? So they say, oh, we've got him, right? But Trump just played them, right? And now he's still playing them, right? And they're just going down the drain. They're circling the drain. That's why everything that is so lined up against them, it's all going to be landing all at the same time, and that might just be in 2 more days. So
yeah, might just be. Yeah,
and literally, I can see that. I mean, this because the symbolism means so much to them, and Trump has been so good at delivering the envelopes during the Bush funeral. Right, here's the date on December 5th. Right, D5. Set them up so grandly to where they kill off, their fearless leader, George H.W. Bush. Right? In order to avoid D5, right? Yeah. Literally had him on ice, or whether they said, okay, time to take the suicide pill, whatever it was,
Yeah, right. Well, I think he was euthanized. He was killed by, it was like, hey, you're standing trial. I don't know, all this stuff. It's, it gets exhausting trying to speculate on it, because it's like the more you actually are aware of real stuff going on, it's kind of like, you don't know who's doing what, who's executing who. Basically, what I see is the deep state is devouring themselves, and I think Trump has a lot of this power because of the information that he gets directly from Kim, because she has access and knowledge and understanding of things that he didn't even probably know existed until Kim. So, and I think he's embraced it at this point and realizes hey, I'm kicking ass and taking names. This is awesome, but let's face it, Trump likes to win. Who doesn't, right? So it's a good time.
Are you tired of winning yet?
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah, tired of winning. Yeah, exactly. So, it's pretty amazing stuff, all of it.
Well, the other my wish list of things to see is General Flynn being let off of all charges, right? Because he's got a good attorney now, and I think this was all a setup anyway for again Flynn allowing this to move forward, right, and then persecute him, so that they can show how again they went out and they used the apparatus of law against these good people, and they're and Flynn now is exonerated. That word, right? Exonerated, right? No, so he is cleared to be right back into the position that they took him out of, as being the chief of staff for Trump.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah,
that would be totally amazing. I would because he knows where all the bodies are buried, literally, and he can go dig them up.
That's pretty. I mean, that's really incredible. I got to be honest. I mean, that is like a boss move if I ever saw one. It's like, wow, who saw that? I mean, I actually thought. I never really thought what what's this all about? I never quite understood what was going on. So now I guess it's all coming out. Pretty clear, right?
I think it's coming out. I think it is. So we're amazing. It's an amazing thing to see in all of this that we're been just witnessing. This is the movie. This is the popcorn time, right? I mean, there's so much stuff going on. I mean, we're doing our broadcasts and stuff, but it's so overwhelming. I mean, I was just watching Papadopoulos, right? And Papadopoulos, who's been coming out periodically, and he was thrown in jail for quote unquote lying, right?
Right.
Yeah, and the lie was, I met him on Tuesday, 4 months ago at this bar. Well, it actually was Wednesday, so you lied. You go to jail. It's that kind of stupidity, right?
Yeah, jeez, wow, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. On Flynn's case,
you can go out if you're part of the deep state, you can pretty much go out and say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Right? You just have to act appalled.
Well, guess what?
I cannot believe it.
On Flynn's case, right? Now that it looks like his what do they call the 301s, the report that the FBI people do after they've done did an interview, so they have it documented what they say. It looks like that was it Lisa Page? No, Page. Yeah, Lisa Page. She was with Strzok and Page. Yeah, so Page seems like she may have edited the 302. So
oh no, that's confirmed. That's absolute.
Okay, yeah. So she edited, but what did she edit? This is really wonderful. It was as good as what I just laid out for Papadopoulos. It was the same thing. It was like I met him 4 or 5 days ago, and she changed it. I met it to 4 days ago, and that's the lie.
Oh, that's very interesting. It's so simple. That's the kind of stuff that they just they modify to adjust their timelines and make themselves look good. And just all comes crashing down. Yeah. And it really is crashing down now. I mean, it's becoming very, very clear. Like, okay, you guys don't know what you're doing here, right? Like, you just keep grasping at straws. You're trying to hide. Like, what I can't wait for, the actual anxiety right now that they must feel. It's like the anticipation of death is worse than death itself, right? They are living that right now.
Yeah, I mean they're in a position where they no matter what they do, they're screwed and they don't know how to get out of it. That's the problem. They're just not going to be able to resolve this in any way that's going to be good for them. It's all bad. And they don't know what else to do. There's only one path. It's almost like the path has been laid out for them to their destruction, and they're just kind of being nudged a little bit further down the line. Oh, off the edge you go. They have no choice.
Yeah, and that was the day the Democrats died. Yeah, it's just like that. Not that I'm anti. I don't want Democrats to die. By the way, it's a line from a song. And, trying to be very respectful. Like some of my Democrat associates are getting very upset. Like, why are you so anti-Democrat? Like, you're very rude about Elijah Cummings, and like, he ran a city into the ground like a dog, right?
Yeah.
Like he completely embraced the genocidal, homeless, reckless, I can care less about human agenda. It's disgusting. They're doing it here in New York. I want De Blasio. Like, if anybody cared about De Blasio, I feel like he'd probably be prosecuted. He's definitely shady, right? But it's like nobody cares what De Blasio does. It's like, who? De Blasio, who? But nevertheless, the games continue. Games continue.
Yeah.
But it will get old. I have to believe that at some point everyone's just like, come on already. Are we doing this again? Like, who is even taking Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff seriously right now? Like, I mean, like, is there anybody right now who's like, no worries, Nancy Pelosi's got him? Or Adam Schiff? It's like, it's like a prize bout between Pee Wee Herman and Mr. T. Like, Pee Wee Herman's not winning that fight, Like, and that's Schiff.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to drop a Pee Wee Herman reference for a while. So
yeah, there you go. You got it. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I can't see the Pee Wee Herman fighting Mr. T. I pity the fool.
I pity the fool. What's your prediction for the fight? What was his, he was not B.A. Baracus. He was B.A. Baracus in the A-Team. He was like Clubber Lang, and Rocky. He's like, what do you predict for the fight? I'll predict pain. I was like, yeah, Mr. T.
I predict pain. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's so badass. I love that guy. Anyways, so yeah, man. I mean, pretty much that's what's going down now. What do you think is the straw that breaks the camel's back? In your opinion? Like, what's the piece that's like, now it's over?
Well, I think it's literally the harm to the children. I think that all the rest of it, the criminal activities, the money, that just gets people disgusted to the point where they're not going to vote for them anymore. But it's the harm to the children that's going to basically get them crucified, and it could be literal. They literally could grab them and put them up on a cross and burn them. It's at that level, right? It's so over the top evil that when it actually settles in to the where most of the people believe it, right? There's going to be the 10% that it will just never absorb it, right? But the rest of everyone, then they wake up to it. That's what breaks everything else. That's where there is no Democrat Party. There is no Republican Party. There is only Americans standing up to fight an evil across the planet. It's not about anything other than that, and that will encompass everything that they've been doing to us, from communism, right, to the ritualistic stuff that they've done, the brainwashing, the Hollywood force feeding of all of this bogus ideology. All of it is just going to come down, and because it's not real, it's not true, right? It's all just supported by their structure, and their structure is gone with their money. That vapor money, it goes, and the whole illusion of it is nothing. It will be just vanish. And the great thing is we have Trump there that's building up, a real economy, inflating the vapor money to a point where so much people have it that they can literally pay their bills. They get ahead of the curve, not behind 3 months. And so when things actually do crash, people can survive and they're not out on the street. and we can overcome that. But at the same time, we're dealing with this grand evil that's across the planet. To see that the rest of the world is lining up with Trump. I mean, to start off with, you see Kim Jong Un on board. I mean, the thing that really got me out of all the stuff with North Korea was not like Trump crossing it, even though that was amazing, crossing the DMZ. I mean, that was such a 9/11 type moment in the world.
Right.
It was, but on the opposite side. But it was when Kim Jong Un, when Trump was, I believe he was in, where was he? I think he was in England, and there was some missiles being fired and so Kim Jong Un was upset about that. He ended up killing some of his generals or whatever for firing.
He killed his brother-in-law.
Yeah, okay, he killed his brother. Anyway, he killed somebody. He's obviously, but to put that in context with, he tweeted out to there against Biden and called him a low IQ individual, just like Trump did. I mean, that right there was just, regardless of what Kim Jong Un does in his country and about how he conducts business and what the reality is there, that little piece of reality that he's connecting with Trump and that they're going to get rid of the deep state is
amazing.
That's
amazing.
That's the thing.
No one on earth would have thought to partner up with Kim Jong Un. And you know what? It's such a natural connection. Even like when they're still trying to portray Russia as our enemy, and that is just not true. It's just not.
Yeah.
Like, they're always they're making these things out to be something they're not. And I just, I think that all the leaders out there, like, they're letting the masquerade go because everyone's comfortable saying, well, Russia's our enemy, right? So okay, we'll keep playing that, right? But obviously, Trump and Putin seem to get along just fine as well, right? Like, Trump seems to get along well with Xi, too, but, like, well, they're supposed to be our enemies. So all these different things, they try to make different groups, like, oh, they're ruthless, they're this, they're that. It's like, it's funny. Trump seems to get along with everybody except for these dirtbags that are in our own Congress, right?
Right.
So I think everybody knows, like, the real problem is at home, Because at the end of the day, if you're having trouble with your wife, Dan, it doesn't affect me. It's like, that doesn't hurt me at all. It's like, I want you guys to be happy, but I'm not going to put my resources into fixing it, right?
Yeah, just like the Congresswoman just resigned, Hill, right? She, I don't care. She's smoking a bong with, 2 naked people. I don't care. I cared about her policies. I cared about how she came out against Trump. That I cared about, and I'm just also wondering, her when she exited, she says she's resigning from Congress about this. I wonder what else was there. Why is she getting out?
Oh, she made a deal. I mean, like, they're trying to get ahead, knowing they know that they have. I think they know they have an option, right? You either go down willingly, or you are going down the hard way. Like, and it reminds me of like being in like a real fight. Like, if you just go down, it doesn't really hurt that much. But if you're really trying to win and you get knocked out, it's a hard hit. It hurts,
Right.
And I think a lot of them are anticipating that right now.
Yeah.
Well, the smart ones, I think, people that are, self-preservers.
They found you. They found you.
Yeah. Normally, lately I've been just hanging out by the police station, waiting for them to come out, talk to them. But I guess they're catching on. At 7-Eleven, they must have figured me out. I'm a hard guy to track.
Yeah, I think you should make up some like YouTube channel, business cards and go distribute them at the police station.
But yeah, hey, we'll be talking about you now. You guys can be on our team. Like, I would gladly fund police station, or you can keep doing this. Keep following me around with sirens.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually fund the police station legally. Just
Well, there's
it might be in New
PBA,
York,
right? The Police Benevolent Association, which is how the cabal has funded them for a long time.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
So, not that I want to support cabal tactics, but I feel like we ought to be able to figure something out, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're just they're a private service anyways. They're private mercenaries, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I guess that is true. In that case, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Why not? I got it. Fund an alternative police department right next to them.
Oh, without question. Look, I know for a fact one of the very first things that we will be doing is we already have this, by the way. We have a completely ready to go security team that wherever we go, it will be a compound. I will make sure that we have our own force that is at the ready for our people. I don't ever want to be in a situation ever again. I need all those guys to actually understand what their rights are constitutionally, what our rights are as a group. You're not coming in there without a tank. And there's a tank on the other side, too. So screw those guys. I don't want any of these people coming up to try to make threats or try to, impose their will on us. We were looking at these properties, look at the place, where we even launched to have our office space in the beginning, where we can kind of bunker down for a while to really get this work done. And I was like, beautiful place, this is great. And then I was like, I found out, the Rockefellers up there. I'm like, oh, I can't be that close. Who knows what goes out there?
Well, they might have cameras, on every floor and saying what they can, extract and blackmail people from.
Yeah, and I feel like I'd be, one of the Rockefellers would always be trying to get in my head, remote view. And I'd be like, listen, dude, stay out of my dreams,
Yeah.
I'm like, we remote view too, man. Relax. You're not that important. You're not that impressive anymore. This is a new generation of people. They finally we got out of the drugs now, so you're not as smart as you thought. That is important.
Yeah. I think we can find a place. I want to build a place, and
I do too. But you got to start somewhere.
Sure,
right?
no, I know, I get it. Yeah, you got to start somewhere, and got to get rolling while you're building the place. What I was envisioning in this place is that you'd have you'd be growing organic foods, at the bottom of the office building, and on the top of the office building,
absolutely.
you got the people working, right? And at the bottom, you have food production, parks, and other things, and just you're putting that into the restaurants that are built into the building, So
totally.
try to make it an off-grid, have it produce its own power, create its own.
Oh yeah, without question. Yep. We're actually going to do that in New York City, right in the city.
Will they allow that?
Well, they can't stop it, right? So
sure?
We're going to buy old warehouse buildings, right? And they're all grandfathered in under different codes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, we'll bring in, we'll set them up, right? And then, we'll just quietly build, right? And what we're going to do, though, is we're going to buy every one of these buildings, this whole little area, and we're going to make a completely sustainable community with greenhouses right inside the buildings, atmospheric water generators, so the water is pure. It's going to be, and then the water is going to be blasted with frequencies from light and sound, to really get it, and it's going to be the water that runs through everything, the plumbing, every part of the building, and then on top of that, you're going to have, some form of free energy that'll be operating there, and then we'll have complete greenhouse floors, right? So the floors will be actually designed to be like hydroponic or something, or one of the many other ways. We have a bunch of different ways to do that. And then we have this great guy who has this incredible pavement that actually mixes with the earth itself, right? So pavement is really bad for the cancer. So because it reflects the solar light, like the blacktop, it's always breaking. So this pavement, it actually integrates with the earth itself, right? And it actually is 8 times stronger than the pavement we use here in the U.S. And it reflects less of the, actual harmful rays that do come from, the sun that way. So it'll all be that way. And then like the base of every one of the buildings, this little area, right? It'll all be like organic and natural, and like it'll be a place for a safe place for the kids, right? And you create a community where it's not based on income there, right? It's based on character, right? So you bring people in that, just want to be part of something bigger. People that might never have had a chance to live in a place so nice, and you make their rent reasonable. Because you know what? All those big expenses, they actually made the place more reasonable, right?
Right.
And the ridiculous rents in New York, it's like, and it'll still be sustainable. The whole place will be sustainable living. And you know what? And then you take it and you turn it back over to the people, and everybody who lives there, they end up owning the building.
Yeah. That's it. Give ownership. That then people want to take care of things and they own them. They want to support their neighbors who are also taking care of their own buildings, right? So, but
there is up in Syracuse, right? There's a group up there, and they're called Syracuse First, right? And so they just got all these amazing, great little restaurants and bars, and in this one group, they've just come together and they really set the tone. I love them, right? So they don't go to Walmart, they don't go to the big shopping centers. They buy everything local. It's local business owners, local ideas. There's kind of a place that's become famous up there, right? It's my favorite funk band called Sophistafunk, right? And they have their own place called Funk and Waffles, and the whole place is like chicken and waffles, like different versions of chicken and waffles. But it's like it's such a great vibe in there, right? Because everybody is thriving. They have these little businesses and they're doing well, right? And they're unique. Every place is unique, and the clothes are unique, and it's just cooler. It's just a better way to live, And because we've gone to this franchise model, we've forgotten that,
Sure. Yeah. That's I don't think that we should not do franchises. Just one little side note, because I see that I like a lot of franchises, but I also like personalized restaurants, right? And so I like both models, but I know that the franchise model tends to overwhelm, and then if they don't keep their level of quality of food up, I think someone should be being able to point that out, and the media should respond and not like cower to the advertisers, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan of franchises in general. Although, not to say I don't take advantage of them, obviously.
Right.
And obviously when you're traveling, it's like when you see a franchise, it's like, oh, I know what's going to be there when you get there, right? Like that is comforting and it makes it easier to travel.
I love to go to Coffee Bean. Not Starbucks. Okay, there's a franchise Starbucks. I hated going to Starbucks. I still don't like it. But if I see a Coffee Bean, or Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, the real name, right? And then I'd love to go there because I found the quality much better, right? But then without being in a new area, I knew what to expect, and that's what I like about franchises. No, I totally, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Like I hate when I go to Myrtle Beach. It's almost impossible to find a good slice of pizza, but Yeah. But I just think even if that were the case, like within franchises, what, if we lost every franchise tomorrow and everybody had their own independent, unique, amazing version of In-N-Out Burger and McDonald's, and it was different and it was unique and it was real, like I would rather that. I'd still rather that, right? And then life becomes an exploration that you're experiencing constantly. You go into a town, you don't just drive through it. Like every place has something unique that you're always experiencing. And then we remember that it's all this incredible diversity that makes life so amazing, right? Mm-hmm. Because one of the things I'm just absolutely convinced about is this VMAT2. And this VMAT2
gene vaccine thing. I'm convinced that they have put some version of that to cause this indifference, right? Because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
People just don't care. They just are so indifferent. You talk to them about things that matter, they look at you like you are a lunatic. Like, this, like, it's almost like this conversation is too intense, right?
Yeah.
Like, they just want their job. They just want to be able to, drive their car on the weekends and veg out and watch YouTube and whatever, It's just a shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
No, I think there's been some horrible things done to the populations around the world, and they're just experimenting to see what they can get away with and what works and what doesn't work, to whatever it is. So this is what we're all waking up to, and this is why it's frightening for a lot of people that are just hear it and they don't want to hear it. Right? They want to close off and they want to retreat. So I think part of that is something to do with the indifference, right? Is because it's a matter of they don't want to be different. Right? They are happy in their little blue pill area, right? Yeah, and things are going well, or at least well enough, right?
Don't rock the boat, Don't cause any problems. Just keep your head down,
Right.
All that stuff. I just, like, I don't know. I don't feel like I came here for that. Like, I feel like I came here intentionally to rock the boat,
Rock the boat.
I hate that idea.
Rock the boat. Let's rock it.
Yeah, I want to rock the boat and then rock the boat. Like, blast, like, so all this, life should be fun. Life should be an adventure all the time. Like, we shouldn't be in a constant state of pandering to people they're not as smart as we are, but they were raised a certain way. Not raised a certain way. They were raised with things that we didn't have, so now we're supposed to, bow at their feet and pretend that their ideas are good. It's like, that's an awful way to live. I've always hated that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I just
totally. I didn't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted because I'm actually supposed to be on a call about 6 minutes ago, but.
Well, let's jump off, man. It's cool.
Yeah, so that's why I got. Oh, well, so I get this nose popping up at me. So, all right. Yeah, we're good for today. We'll see. We've got 2 days to D-Day.
Absolutely.
We'll see
Nothing good things happening. Everybody have a great night, and that's all. All right. Talk to you tomorrow, Dan.
Good night. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for joining. Subscribe, share, like, all those good things.
Indeed.
All right. Indeed. Bye-bye.